Hello everyone and welcome, my name's Ali8. Today we've got a new Call of Duty Ghost video focusing on the squads mode within Ghost. This is like the third tier for Ghost. You've got single player campaign, you've got multiplayer and you've got squads. There's loads of new modes within squads. It's a lot of fun by the looks of it. There's a ton of detail within this trailer video. All of the experience you earn from squads will be carried over to multiplayer, so you're ranking up all the time, which is really awesome. But it's actually a lot of stuff which you may miss within this trailer, including new weapons, new attachments, a lot of cool stuff like that, which I'm going to be breaking down and talking to you guys after you've taken a look at the trailer. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and make sure you're subscribed for all of the latest Call of Duty Ghost news leading up to its launch on November the 5th, not very far away now at all. So enjoy the video and I'll come back to you guys in a second.
Bring it up, squad. Cover me, I'm moving.
Squads is an all-new set of modes that will be featured in Call of Duty Ghosts. In multiplayer, players create a squad of soldiers and earn XP to rank them up, unlocking all new customization and loadout options. In squads, players get to see all that hard work come to life by seeing their whole squad fight together. There are a variety of different gameplay modes within squads. Each mode offers a unique challenge that allows you to experience the thrill of multiplayer on your own or with friends. You will battle against AI-controlled teams that use the same tactics as real players do in multiplayer. In Wargame, your team can be made up of friends or AI-controlled soldiers from your squad. You play against an AI-controlled team of soldiers with a variety of loadouts. Wargame is designed to develop your skills with opposing soldiers that scale in difficulty to match your level. Squad Assault is a co-op mode where you and up to 5 of your friends can challenge the squads of offline players. You will fight on the map and mode selected by that player. When you are offline, your squad can be challenged by other players, earning you XP bonuses while you're away. In Squad vs. Squad, it's you and your squad against another player and their squad. You will have to carefully consider loadouts and how your soldiers' abilities complement each other as you battle it out head-to-head to see who has created the superior squad. Safeguard is a co-op survival mode for up to 4 people. Players must challenge themselves to see how long they can last against waves of enemies while using many of the perks and kill streaks from multiplayer. Squads is a thrilling chance to show off your soldiers, your style, and your strategy. You get to see all of the choices that you made when creating your squad come to life. The soldier that you've equipped with a sniper rifle and dead silence perk will act like a real sniper. That character with submachine gun and guard dog kill streak will play as a running gunner. And best of all, the XP you earn battling in squads carries back into multiplayer, allowing you to learn and level up on your own terms. With squads, we've taken some of the coolest new features from Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer and given you an entirely new way to experience them.
So there we go, guys, a very detailed look at the new squads mode within Call of Duty Ghosts. For those of you guys that know the survival mode within Modern Warfare 3, I played a lot of that on my channel, and there's some aspects that are similar for this squad mode and some of the modes within squads. So I'm going to be covering squads in depth, probably covering all of the modes, giving you guys some tips, running through the live commentaries once Call of Duty Ghosts comes out later this year. But there are actually some really cool things found within this trailer that a lot of you guys may not have picked up on, some new weapon attachments, some new weapons, and I wanted to bring that to you guys. So let's jump into that and check out some of the new stuff. So on screen here we get a look at one of the new hybrid sights. It does say above the sight, toggle to use the hybrid sight. So there is another sight which links in with this one, but we didn't get to have a look at it or know exactly which one it is. This is a very interesting sight, something very different to what we're used to seeing within Call of Duty. The sight itself is very, very tall. Everything within the sight is nice and clear. Everything outside of it is a bit blurry, so I presume this will probably be a bit better for longer range combat where you want to take out enemies from range. Why you'd want a site quite as tall as this, I'm not too sure. I guess it gives you good visibility. If there are a lot of high buildings and low areas, you can both see up and above, but very different and something we haven't seen within Call of Duty before. Next up here we get to look at what looks like to be another hybrid site, more of a standard red dot site here for the first hybrid version. Everything around the site is nice and clear as we're used to seeing, but if we actually have a look at this character using the weapon when he's actually moving forward and he isn't zoomed in, we can get a look at what the second hybrid site would look like, and later on within the trailer we actually get to have a first person look at that, so we'll have a look at that later on. Now in this next image here, there isn't anything too special on screen, except if you look in the top left, the actual text is a little bit lighter because it's in the background. We can actually clearly see Play Extinction Online. Now unless Extinction is perhaps a new multiplayer mode, I'm not too sure, but it's included on the main menu here, as you can see within the image. So maybe Extinction's a brand new mode within itself. Perhaps it's a part of squads, except it's not mentioned in any way within this trailer. So maybe that's something a little bit curious, a little bit interesting that I spotted there that we may find more out about in the near future. If you've got any ideas for what this Extinction thing may be, leave a comment down below. Next up here we get an image of the character selection menu. I've talked a little bit about this before in a previous multiplayer video talking about Ghosts. Essentially, you now have 10 characters to rank up individually. They all have their own individual customization options, classes, rank. Each of these characters can prestige individually as well, and everything's carried over and transferred between squads and multiplayer, so it's all simultaneous. And we can have confirmation on screen here of the highest rank, which is 60. It clearly shows that there's no more experience to be gained at 60, so that's the highest rank now confirmed, and you can choose any of these characters to play at any one time. Next up we get a very, very cool look at one of the streaks. I believe this to be the highest streak within the game. I believe it's called the Odin Strike, and it has several abilities. You can actually call in care packages for your team, you can call in a juggernaut for your team, you can call in both a large rod, and the actual item recharging on the bottom left is a small rod. Now these rods are actually the things that we see at the beginning of the campaign for Call of Duty Ghosts that cause devastation, smash into the ground from an orbiting satellite, essentially the Odin Strike itself. And this is the ability you get once you're using the streak to be both offensive and call in these rods, and also be very supportive with the juggernaut and care package. Very, very cool. I can't wait to get more confirmation on these streaks and more of the streaks that will be available within both squads and multiplayer. Here we get a look and summary of all of the modes available within squads. The very first one is Squad Assault, where essentially you're going to the enemy base and attacking them, taking on that squad and trying to defeat them. You can bring in friends to do that and to help you as well. Next up we get a look at Squad versus Squad, which is more of a competitive mode where you will take on and control a squad and then battle against a friend's squad which he will be controlling, so very competitive there. Next up we get a Safeguard mode, which is where we're basically defending against a horde of enemies, but it's capped at round 40. This is available for up to 4 of your friends and teammates to play together, which is very, very cool. Next up we have Extended Safeguard, which is the same as the previous mode except it goes up to 40. And then here we have Infinite Safeguard, which is similar to the survival mode within Modern Warfare 3, where literally you just battle waves and waves of enemies for as long as you can last. Looking forward to playing this mode. Then finally we have War Game, where it pits you and your squad against teams of bots. This is available for up to 6 people to play, which is very cool indeed. One of the next streaks we get to see here is actually you in control of a helicopter. So you're controlling the helicopter and you're controlling the sniper rifle, which you're using within the helicopter at the same time as well. So you've got to be a bit of coordination going on there, making sure you're controlling both things at the same time. If it's a very open map, then you get to actually shoot down and take people out very effectively. But if there's a lot of underground areas, then it's not going to be too useful. This is actually one of the new multiplayer maps. You can see it in the background here, based on a castle, which is very cool. Getting another look at that as well. Next up here we actually get to have a look at this site attachment, the hybrid site I was talking about. You can see it here, not in use quite yet, but as you zoom down sight, it acts in a very similar fashion to the thermoscope, but it's slightly different. You can actually see the enemy highlighted in white there. Could be a very effective site. We'll have to see when the game comes out later this year. Now we get a very interesting look at the final sniper rifle you unlock, the USR. You can see actually bullets on the left hand side of the weapon, which is very cool, but it also, if you notice, has a silencer or it looks like a silencer on the end of the weapon. You see this within all the clip that this weapon is used. If we then have a look at the creator class image, we can see that it clearly says it has a recoil compensator built into it, which means it has reduced kick with each kill. I'm not sure if the silencer is actually built into this sniper rifle or not, or if it's simply an attachment. It could be either or. It may be the very first sniper rifle we've seen within Call of Duty that has a built-in silencer but is still very powerful. I'll keep you guys updated on that as we get more info about all of these weapons, but something I noticed and something that could be new and very, very cool. And then finally here we have a look at the Honey Badger, except it's got some sort of weird attachment which looks identical to the very first attachment we saw, but it's clearly being used in a different way. It has the wireless image in the top of the actual attachment. It looks like it has some sort of scanner on it as well, something we've never seen within Call of Duty, and it looks like a lot of these new attachments are going to give you some sort of advantage in terms of locating enemies within the site, but a disadvantage as to knowing what's going on all around you. Very, very interesting. Lots of new stuff within that video. If you've enjoyed the breakdown and all of this information I've given you, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed for all of the latest Call of Duty news. The Battlefield 4 beta is currently out at the moment alongside GTA Online. I've done a few videos on them, so if you want to check them out, you can click on screen to do so. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you on my next video.